Okay guys, here are my rigged out Outback and Revolution Hobie kayaks, Mirage Drive. Got sailing rudders on both my Outback and my Revolution. I got both kayaks rigged up pretty much the same. I put the yak lights on the back of the kayaks. That was the best place for them. I could also mount them on the side. I put a gear track on the side, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think once I turn the lights on, I'll leave them on. The battery usage on them is very low and they last a long time, so I'm not really worried about that. I have a crate back here that I built for both of them. I rigged up the Outback and the Revolution almost exactly the same. I made a double-decker crate here that I could secure down, and I have another crate in there. I also put this corrugated plastic down in here in case I put stuff in there that it doesn't drop through if I put small items. I leash everything down on my kayak. There's some debate on it, you know, if you get fall over, if you tip over, get tangled over. There's no doubt they get in your way, but it's a matter of personal choice if you're willing to risk it, dropping something over. If you drop it, you lose it. I prefer to leash it down. I think it's just a matter of time before you're going to drop something over. So I leash everything down that I can. I have a Gopro camera mounted in the front there. I also have a compass. I like this compass. It goes automatically, lights on when the sun goes down, the lights come on. And the reason why I have that is one night I was out fishing with a friend of mine, and the fog was so thick you couldn't see the sod banks in front on the bow of the kayak. That's how thick the fog was. Well, his battery went dead, so he had no GPS. I had my GPS, but keep on hitting the light, it was draining the batteries, and my batteries were going dead. So, and what was happening was we were going around, every time you couldn't see the GPS, we were going around in circles. So after that, I figured I could light the GPS, get my heading, look at the compass, take my heading and go until I go to my next waypoint, and then take another reading again, and this way I don't have to worry about it. And it's always good to have a compass with you. And the other thing that I like about the self-lighting is that you don't have to keep on turning on your headlamp to see where you're going. It works out very nice at night, and I'm glad I put that in. That's one of the options that I would definitely say get if you can. You'll notice on my fish finder, I have another ram mount here. The reason why I have that is because that's where I mount my GPS. If you look, I have it on the Revolution right now. So it's interchangeable depending on which kayak I'm using. Here's my battery box. Here's a bulkhead I made. I'll get into that a little bit later. Here's my battery box. Very simple. I keep the batteries in here with the holder. I also store extra batteries, matches, or whatever I want. My ID, my fishing registration, all that other stuff I can put in there. I like having it here. If I got to change the batteries out, I just either crawl up front a little bit and do it while I'm out, or I go on land and change it over. So far it works out very nice for me. Getting back to the bulkhead, I use this corrugated plastic that they have. These are the templates. This one's for the Revolution, and this one's for the Outback. What I did was, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, I glued 3 of them together. Now this corrugated plastic, if you could see that here, runs in one direction. So what happened was I ran 2 going one way, and then the third one, which is usually in the middle, I ran the other way to give it a little bit more rigidity. I have the same battery box here that I installed in the Outback. I put these gear tracks here. This is the first year I'm using them, so I don't know how it's going to work out. I think it's going to be nice, though. I like it, you know. As far as the fish finder, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the fish finder here before the rod holder or after the rod holder, but time will tell. On the Revolution also, it has these side pockets. On my Outback, I rigged the same thing up. I don't know why Hobie doesn't make an indentation here like they did on the Revolution that gives you more storage. They have this one here, which is fine, but everything gets wet down here. It's nice to have the access. I put my pliers, my knife, whatever I want to put in these side pockets. It gives me extra storage. Also on the Outback, I installed these magnets all rusted. They need to be replaced. I installed these rare earth magnets that you can buy at Lowe's or Home Depot. And this way, when I bring my gear up, if I'm changing rigs over, I just put it on. These magnets are very, very strong, and it holds everything in there. Also on the Outback, I installed these handles. Anybody that has an Outback knows that it's very hard. It's a wide kayak and it's a heavy kayak, and you have to manhandle to get it on. And these two handles here are okay, but it doesn't really give you any leverage when you're lifting it. I find that these two handles here in the front and the back give me it makes it much more easier to lift. As far as the crate on the kayaks, a lot of times I don't even use a crate when I go out. It's just more gear that I have to bring, and I like to keep it simple. But when I'm fishing the back bays and I want to bring gear or what else I want to bring, it gives me the option of taking it. The other thing on the Hobies, they have these plugs that cover up the rod holders. I took them completely out. I think they're useless. And I stored these hasps. This way I have more anchorage points to do my crate and everything else, whatever else I want to do. You can see on the Outback that I put hasp there that I could rig up my my rod leashes right to. I haven't done them on the Revolution yet. So that's about it for my two kayaks. This is my first year with the Revolution, so I really don't know. I'm sure I'm going to love it, but I really don't know yet. I only had it out once, and this season will tell. All right, guys, I hope that answers all your questions, and I hope you enjoyed the video.